Alright guys, welcome to the show, and I'm Donshay Martin, and today we have a full moon, the blue moon. So I wanted to do oracle cards to whom it resonates. The oracle cards that I'm using today, we're going to start with Wisdom of the House of Night. And the cards that I have in front of me are Invisible, the Moon, Reminder, Risk, Confidence, Conclusion. So I feel like I'm talking to someone today that maybe you feel like no one is seeing you. Maybe you feel invisible because, of course, that's the very first card we got. You feel like you've put your all into something and you're not getting back what you've put in. So it feels like the only person that sees you is you. Nobody else sees you, just you. And it may not make you feel good. It puts you in this energy of wanting to start a new world, something that is different than the world you're in, because the world that you're in, you're not being seen. So if you look at the picture, it's almost like that mirror is like a portal. They say mirrors are portals. It's like she wants to jump into this mirror to go into another world. And if you look into that mirror, it looks like that portal would lead her into a world that's probably less dark, because the world that she's in right now, if you look around, it's a little dark, right? And she's in color, but the world, the scenery is dark. But if you look in that mirror, it looks like it'll take her to a whole nother dimension. So you probably feel like you're invisible and you just want a new start. You want something fresh and something new. Your very next card was the moon. When I look at the moon, or in tarot, the moon is like the unknown path. When you look at this oracle card, there's the moon, this big full moon, since we are on the full moon. And then you have this black cat. This black cat is representing you, mysterious. Maybe you are feeling a little invisible, but you're willing to go down this unknown path. So maybe when you jump into this portal, you go down this unknown path. Maybe you're thinking about, I want a new start. I want something fresh. I want to just do something different. And you decide to make a choice and go ahead and do it. And then you go down this unknown path, but you don't know where it's going to go or where that field is leading to. My mind goes, you're magical. You're not worried about it, right? You're not worried about wherever it goes, because maybe you've been a warrior anyway. Wherever path you've been on, you've overcame it and you've overcome whatever obstacle has been in your way. It's nothing to you to just jump into that portal and go down that path. The very next card was Reminder. If you look at the card, it says, don't forget. It's reminding you of something. It's telling you, and it may be trying to tell you, don't forget who you are. Don't forget your strength. Don't forget how far you've come. It's telling you, even if that path may seem unknown and it may seem scary, don't forget how powerful you are. The very next card was Risk. How will you know if you don't take the risk? You see how these cards all align with each other? You have a new path, or there's this unknown path that you can go down, and maybe you want to plunge in, but it's saying, hey, what are you afraid of? You know who you are. You know your strength. Go down that path, because sometimes to get the big fish, you have to take that risk. Sometimes to get the things that you want in life, you have to take that risk. If you don't take the risk, how do you get the things that you want if you don't take the risk? Everything that has been accomplished on this planet, somebody took a risk. Somebody had to do it first. Somebody had to move. It was a risk involved. So it's saying, you want more money. There's a path that opened for you. Go down that path. It could be anything. You want a loving relationship, but you're married. Well, your wife's not that great. So you meet somebody. Maybe you need to go get a divorce. Like, it's that type of energy. It's like maybe you're in a relationship and you're not being seen by this person. So you just feel like you need something better. Maybe you've been with them for so long and you just can't see yourself with somebody else, but you feel invisible. So you need to go somewhere else where maybe you'll be seen. It's just saying, hey, that's an unknown path. Remember who you are. Remember how strong you are. Take the risk, because you never know what's on the other end. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling people to go out there and do that to their significant other. But all I'm saying is there's a path and there's things that's moving in your story. And you need to be reminded of who you are and why it's okay to take risks. Because maybe you haven't been taking risks, which has been having your story stagnant. But if you take this risk, guess what happens? You can see what's on the other side of that field. The very next card was Confidence. Go into it with confidence. All the confidence you have, because you know you're strong. You know how far you've come. You know that you are a magical mother motherfucker, and nobody can fuck with you. So you go into that path and you take that unknown journey and you take that risk and you do it with confidence, because whatever obstacle that comes in your way, you're going to get through it. You're going to get over it. So it's saying have confidence at whatever you do and keep that confidence, because what happens is the very next card, you're going to get a conclusion. You're going to get the conclusion you've been looking for. Maybe things haven't been going the way you want them. Maybe there's unanswered questions and things that don't make sense to you in this moment. But to get the conclusion that you've been looking for, you have to go through that path. You have to take that risk and have the confidence while you're doing it, so you can go into the conclusion and maybe close a chapter that needed to be closed. Maybe you haven't been able to move on because there's been a chapter that's been open in your life. Let's go back to the story of the person that maybe you felt like you needed to leave and you hadn't left them. So that chapter has just been sitting there open this whole time. Now it's saying take that risk with confidence so you can get this conclusion. So maybe you decide, you know what, I'm just going to go do it. Maybe there's somebody that's like, I'm just going to leave this person and go do something different. If you just sit there in that relationship and never take that risk because you don't have the confidence to do it, you're never going to get the conclusion that you want in your life. I'm talking to somebody out there right now that maybe feel invisible. Maybe they're on a path or they're with somebody and they're not being seen. They're not getting the things that they feel like they need. So they feel like they want to go down this unknown path, but they need to be reminded that don't be scared to go and do it. You should do it because you are a strong person. You are somebody that is magical. What I mean by that is you make shit happen. My mind just said enough said. Take that risk with confidence so you can get the conclusion that you're looking for, so you can end a chapter while opening a new chapter. This is all full moon energy, baby. You're about to go into something that's brilliant. Don't be afraid. I do have the Moonology Oracle cards. And before I close out, I want to ask, what do you want to say to the person that is watching this? The card it gave me was Emotions Are Running High, Super Moon. And if you look at that card, it's like this big, huge moon, actually like the moon we're looking at right now, right? What I'm saying is maybe your emotions can get to a point where you break down. Don't let those emotions break you down, because that card landed right on top of reminder and risk. It landed perfectly on both of them. So it's saying you need to remember who you are while you're taking that risk, so you just don't let your emotions fuck up everything. Oh no, I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh. Don't. Remember confidence. Remember you're magical. You've made it this far in life. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can hold you back. There's a conclusion that's about to come for you in some path. One path will close and a new one will open. It's like, congratulations, you should be happy. At the end of the day, I'm just a messenger. Whatever you decide is your decision, but the choice is yours.